Hello everyone, today we will discuss about linear inequalities. So without wasting time, we will start our topic, that is linear inequalities. So if I say that x plus y equals to 0, or I say x equals to y, so this is a equation. This is a equation. Okay, if I write down x is less than y, or I write down x is less than or equal to y, so you will see what are these two things. These are not equations. As you can see here, x is equals to y, but here x is less than y. Here you can say x is less than or equal to y. So these are called as inequalities. Inequalities. So these terms are inequalities. Okay, and this is called as, this inequality is called as strict. Called as strict, and this inequality called as slack. Okay, now if I say a statement problem, now I will tell you something, that a statement problem can be converted into a equation. So as I said, that a statement problem, what? A statement problem okay, so you can see a statement problem okay. So a statement problem can be converted into a equation. Suppose I say you have 200 rupees, and you have to purchase a quantity. The price of that quantity is 30 rupees. So the price of x quantity will be 30x, and you can see, as I already told you, you have only 200 rupees, and here if I purchase x number of quantity, so the total value will be 30x. So you cannot purchase the value that will have amount of 200 rupees. So I will say 30x must be less than or equal to 200, because you had only 200 rupees. That's why your multiplication of your number of quantity and the unit price cannot exceed 200. So as you can see, I converted a statement problem into a equation or inequality. So this is the conversion into a statement problem into a equation. So now I will solve it. X is less than or equal to 200 divided by 30. As you can see, so the value of x will be less than or equal to 6.6, and the quantity cannot be in points, so I will say x less than or equal to 6. So you can purchase quantity x, so you can purchase 6 quantities or less than 6 quantities. So that was our answer. Yes. Now come to the another equations. So as you can see, the our statement problem can be converted into an equation. So let's come to the next equation. Look at this: 40x plus 20y equals to 120. You have two quantities. One is this and second is this quantity. So you have to purchase two quantities, and the number of first quantity is x and number of second quantity is y. So you purchase x quantities and y quantities, and the price of those quantities are this. The price of y quantity, unit price of this, and the unit price of this quantity is 40. But you have only 120 rupees. So your total pay cannot exceed 120. So how to solve this? Okay, I can solve this if I say that I will purchase minimum x, and minimum x will be 0. If I purchase no quantity, if I purchase this quantity, if I don't purchase this quantity, so I will put x equals to 0. I put x equals to 0. Now I will solve it. 0 plus 20y equals to 120. So I will find y equals to 120 by 20, and you will see that 6. So value of y will be 6. And if x equals to 0, then y will be 6. So if I don't purchase this quantity, so I will purchase y maximum number of quantities of this. This was the second quantity. This was our second quantity, and this was first quantity. So the maximum number of quantities of second quantity I can purchase, that will be 6. Now I will say, in this equation, I write down this equation again: 40x plus 20y equals to 120. This is our constraint. This is our constraint because this is the maximum amount which we can pay. Now let's take this term. If I purchase y equals to 0, means if I don't purchase any quantity, if I don't purchase second quantity, so then at this condition x will be maximum. So I find out the value of x plus 0, because I put y equals to 0, so it will be 120, and the value of x will be 120 divided by 40. So as you can see, the value of x will be 3. So x is 3. If now you can see, if y equals to 0, then x will be 3. So these are the, if I don't purchase second quantity, that's why I put y equals to 0. Then the the value of first quantity is the maximum quantities of first type will be 3. And now you will see I can represent this in a graphical form. Okay, now I draw a graph. Here I will represent first quantity, and here I will represent the second quantity. So as you can see, for x equals to 0, the y was 6. So y was 6 here, y was 6, and the for x equals to 0, y was 6, and for y equals to 0, x is 3. As you can see, this is 3, and I will draw the line. This is our line. This is a straight line. So this equation is 40x plus 20y equals to 120. Yes, and our equation was 40x plus 20y is less than or equal to 120. So as you can see, 40x plus 20y can be equal to 120 or can be less than 120. So this line will set it, this line is the equation of this line will 40x plus 20y. And now yes, listen carefully, the all the points lies in this area will also satisfy this equation. Here the points are 0 and 6, and here the points are 3, 0. Okay, so all the points lying in this shaded area will satisfy this equation, and you can see this is the area. Okay, suppose here is a point 2 and 1. There is a point 2, 1. So let's check, does it satisfy or not? 40 plus 21. So I will solve it and I find 80 and 20, and it is 100, and it is less than 120. So these points satisfy this equation. So all the points lying in this setted area will satisfy this inequality. So this is the way to represent a inequality. This is a graphical method. He can in your question paper he will ask you, he will give you the graphs, 4 graphs, and he will ask you that what is the right representation of representation of this inequality. So you can write down. Yes, now I will write down 2 equations. So look at here, I write down 2 equations. One is 2x plus y less than or equal to 8, and second is x plus 2y less than or equals to 8, and third equation x is greater than or equal to 0 and y is greater than or equal to 0. And he will say that what is the correct graphical representation. So you have to draw a graph and you will match the answer. So here I will draw a graph. This is x and this is y. First you will see for x equals to 0, here you will see here x is 0 then equal to 0. So in this direction you will see, in this direction x will start from here, x will start from this line, and it will go towards this to infinite. It will go to infinite because the value of x is equal to 0 or greater than 0. Now look at the y. Here y will be 0, greater than or equal to 0. On this line the y is 0, and the value of y can be equal to 0 or greater than 0. So y will move in this direction. So value of y will go in this direction. Y may be 0 or greater than 0. Yes. Now look at this line. Now I will take the first equation, that is 2x plus y equals to 8. First here I will put x equals to 0 and I will find y equals to 8. So the points are 0, 8. Now I will put y equals to 0, then I will find x equals to 4. So the points are 4, 0. Now I will draw this equation. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Here I also gives the points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay. So the points are 0 8 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So I will start from here. First 4 comma 0, this is 4 comma 0, and we will go up to 0 comma 8, and that is our 0 and 8. So I will come in this direction. Okay, so the equation of this line will be, this equation is 2x plus y equals to 8. Now I will draw the second. I will take the second equation. Second equation was x plus 2y equals to less than or equal to 8. So here if I put y equals to 0, so x will be 8 comma 0. If I put x equals to 0, then y will be 4. So the points will be 0 comma 4. And here you can see 1 2 3 4. This is 4 and this is, so I will draw the graph from here to here. Okay, so what is the common area? Yes, this is the common area. This was x equals to 0 and this was y equals to 0. So this is our common area. This is our common area. So all the points lying in the shaded area will satisfy this equation. So this is the graphical representation of these inequalities. Okay, one thing more. Suppose this is an inequality, x is greater than y, and if you add something on left hand side, if you add a, then you will add a on the opposite side. Yes, you can keep in mind, if you add something in left hand side of an equality, then you have to add the same amount on the right hand side, and the sign of inequality will be same. If I minus something from the left hand side, sign will be same, and you will subtract same amount from the right hand side. If you multiply or divide by a, sign will be same. You have to multiply or divide on the both side. Now listen carefully, look at this point. If I multiply by minus a, or divide by minus a, on the other hand, we have to do the same things on the right hand side. I multiply by minus a or divide by minus a. So look at here, the sign will change. So remember this is important. Okay, if you multiply, if you add or subtract on both sides, it doesn't matter, and the sign will be same. Multiply, divide, sign will be same. If you multiply by the minus something negative or divide by some negative term, so the sign will change, and sign will change, and this sign of inequality will change from this to this. Okay, so here you can see nothing more is in this topic. We have completed all the concepts. Okay, so in next class we will discuss our next topics, and that is permutation and combination. Till then, bye bye.